Bump's name.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Here we are, Tough Bumps, episode 19. And, well, Eric, can you believe we made it to episode 19? I guess nobody's complained enough to get us kicked off the internet, which is nice.
No one who matters.
That's true.
I mean, if you're going to complain about you and I, okay?
Yeah.
If you're complaining about Eric Pilcher and Matt Connerton doing a pro wrestling podcast,
Yes.
enough that you think it's going to have any impact on what we're doing in this being broadcast, you really have a pathetic existence.
Yeah, I know. Especially if they're name calling and stuff like that. Oh my God.
You like online, there's a lot of it. So I get where you're going with it. Just juvenile name calling, like homophobic slurs and stupid names that don't matter.
Yeah, or like if somebody calls you monkey boy or something. I mean, that's like if that's the most creative thing somebody can come up with, that's pretty sad.
Or call someone that's relatively slender by today's standards.
That's true.
Fat.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or you know what's pretty low?
Or push your homoerotic fantasies on someone.
Yes. You know what's really low, Eric, is if someone were to go around spreading these rumors that I don't have a radio show anymore, even though I absolutely do, and I do it every Saturday morning. If somebody went around saying that would be really low.
Up with you. I heard a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
A rumor. Someone asked me about it. They're like, I heard Matt doesn't have his radio show anymore. And I'm like, well, I was just on it Saturday morning.
That's right.
How could I be on a show that doesn't exist?
Exactly. Yes. So apparently it does. Apparently we're making all kinds of content. We're having some success with it. And what can I say? But I think we're good at this. I not to sound cocky, but some people just aren't cut out for this kind of thing.
Some people only do a show once every 3 to 6 months.
That's true. That's true.
I get it. We all can't commit the intellectual brain power and the talent to do what we do, even on the bi-weekly schedule we're on right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, if we were 78 years old, I could see where it might be hard for us, or 80 or whatever, but we're young guys still.
Most talented 78-year-old radio broadcaster ever.
Mm.
Matt would host the show of shows.
The show of shows. If
No,
only.
Sounds creepy.
It does.
Like that.
Probably a guy who likes to impersonate Sammy Hagar in 1986 at a WWE event.
I have heard that from time to time. That's probably how Sammy got in.
Mm-hmm.
He told Jim the Anvil Neidhauer he'd give him a show of shows if you know.
That's right.
Ring rat.
Oh my goodness.
Listeners, if you don't know what ring rat is, go ahead, go into incognito web browsing. Make sure you do incognito now. You don't want to look this up in the normal browser history. Type in pro wrestling ring rat.
Yes. A term that I personally object to, but call me a feminist. But yes, you can look what that is.
You're gonna be a ring rat. You deserve to be called a ring rat. That's like being called a lot lizard. I mean, you've earned that title.
Well, I think groupie is more respectful, I guess, right? I mean, my God, I don't know. I always hated the term ring rat.
Dare say, Matt, that's a touch hypocritical. If you're going to come at groupie,
mm-hmm.
And if you come at lot lizard and ring rat and then say groupie,
right?
I don't know. I think they're all in the same pot. Speaking of groupies, you had a somewhat of a loss this week.
I did. Well, Ace Frehley. Yeah. Yeah.
You're the first person I thought of when I saw that.
Yeah. He kind of, it wasn't a total shock when the news came through, only because it didn't sound like he was doing well since this fall. And then that, that afternoon, excuse me, I'm getting over a cough. That afternoon, when I saw the news that he was, that he was on life support, that was about, I think at about 4 PM when I saw that pop up on my news feed. I said, "Oh, this is it. This is it."
All happened so fast. Like, there wasn't a slow build. I know he canceled his touring dates because he had it here in the Midwest, and I got an email alert about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really didn't happen that fast, though, because it was a couple of weeks ago now that he had the fall. But I think he actually had 2 falls now. It's becoming, as the news becomes a little bit clearer, he may have fallen twice.
But the understanding I had is that he was healing. It's just he was going to take a while to recuperate.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he had a brain bleed.
Yeah. And that's what my uncle in April, my dear Uncle Noli Santos, died of.
Oh, no kidding.
He had a stroke and hit the ground in his driveway in Maine.
Oh, wow.
Got home from work and found him laying in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So brain bleed, there's really, unless they catch it really quick, even then, it's hard.
Yeah, at that age, it's if you have a brain bleed at that age, it's that's the beginning of the end. So yeah, I was very very sad about that. I mean, that's he's the third KISS member to die overall, but the first one to die from the original lineup, the original 4. And
I feel honored that I got to see the original 4, even though it was an awful show. God awful.
Oh, was it?
We've had that discussion.
Yeah, we did. You're right. I remember that now. Yeah.
2000.
Yep.
I paid $130 some for my nosebleed ticket, and I spent $40 some on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And you wanted the best my ass.
Well.
Yeah. I love the movie Detroit Rock City. Probably one of my favorite music films of all time.
Which is funny because KISS is my all-time favorite band, as you know, but I really didn't like the movie at all. That movie, I didn't like it.
Combines a road trip with rebellion and Shannon Tweed was awesome in that movie. I'm sorry.
Well, I could tell you some Shannon Tweed films where she's much better than that, but we won't get into that here.
Unsheathed.
Right. That would be for Matt Connerton, Unsheathed. That is correct.
Really good in her guest starring appearance in Married with Children.
Okay. I don't think I saw that episode.
Well, it's an episode where Alan Jefferson get reservations for a swank cabin resort to go fishing.
Yeah.
And her their cabin is double booked with Shannon Tweed.
Okay.
So they kick Jefferson out, but Alan Jefferson catch her in the hot tub with the head of the hotel, and they get a picture of it, and they try selling it to tabloids.
Oh.
And it ends as well as anything ended in Al Bundy's life.
Right, of course. But
absolutely hilarious in that episode.
But losing Ace is hard. Although I was telling Paulie C Friday night before Retro Spectrum Radio that what's really going to be rough on me is the day that whoever goes first, whether it's Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons, that's going to crush me. I was pretty stoic about Ace's death because I'm pretty stoic about death anyway. But I'm maybe it's because I'm Irish. I don't know. But when Paul or Gene die, that's going to be really, really rough.
I feel bad saying this because, contrary to what people may think that have listened to the show, especially our Hulk Hogan episode, go look at it online. That I do not have reverence for the dead. I don't like speaking ill of those that pass away.
Yeah.
If there's a situation that calls for me to give my feelings on them, I will.
Yeah.
Hence the Hulk Hogan episode. But I I will be probably ambivalent on Gene.
Mm.
I lost a ton of respect for him when he did this show, Family Jewels.
Yeah.
And it really just paraded his infidelities. And really, I think Shannon deserved so much better than that.
Mm.
And kids. If you have two kids and you're parading infidelities, I gotta kind of question your character. What are you teaching your son, Nick? That it's okay, that it's acceptable to treat your wife like this? And what womanly image are you giving Sophie, who is a very striking young lady?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Gene's a polarizing figure, to be sure, but I'll be very upset when he passes.
I did like them in the A&E series about when they owned an arena football team.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think my argument is I think Gene will throw Kiss's name on anything that he thinks will make money.
Of course.
But I think Paul has the better business acumen.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. So, well, I mean, it's not a secret among Kiss fans like me, but I don't think most people realize this, because Gene always likes to project himself, to promote himself as the mastermind, the master marketer. But it's really Paul who ultimately runs the band.
Yeah, Paul really came off to me. That's when I realized it.
Yeah.
Is watching that series, and I'm like, Gene is kind of a buffoon. If we're really getting in here, Paul is really the brains of the Kiss empire.
Well, the thing is, I think they're both very, very smart guys. But what happened, just a little quick history, if you will. In the 80s, when Gene became very distracted by outside things, he was acting in movies, and, he started Simmons Record and this project and this other project, and was doing all kinds of things. Paul was the one who really kept Kiss going. And Paul didn't want it that way. Paul wanted Gene to be an equal partner. There was no power grab on Paul's part. But Gene was so distracted that Paul, and they both talk about this in their autobiographies, but Paul became very resentful because, he was running the band and he didn't want to run the band. He wanted Gene to be there. So during the 80s, Paul really became in charge of Kiss. And then by the time you get into the early 90s, where Gene kind of becomes fully vested once again in the band, at that point, Paul was the guy. He ultimately, every decision that is made, ultimately it's Paul. It's Paul's call.
I would have a hard time reading Gene Simmons' autobiography, the two he's done.
It's not great.
I just would.
Really good.
I think I would probably, if someone let me a copy, not hinting you or anything, someone let me a copy, I would probably read Paul's. Yeah. I think Gene's would be a bunch of self-serving, self-gratuitous, high on himself bullshit.
A lot of it is. He doesn't open up the way the other guys did in their books.
And I really think Ace's has always looked good.
Ace's autobiography is great. All four of them, I think, are good to an extent, but I think Gene's is the weakest of the four. I've read them all, obviously. But anyway, we're very, very sorry to see Ace Frehley go. It is sad. It is very sad. Well, should we talk about oh yeah, so we got to talk about Saturday. And by the way, Texas Mike is in the chat room and says, great interview yesterday on your show about the Black Wrestling World Champions. So Saturday on the show that apparently a certain someone thinks no longer exists. It does still exist. We just did that on Saturday. And we had on our guest was, and Eric, you joined me for that and helped me co-host the first hour, which I appreciate. Our guest was
sorry. You were captain, commander in chief of that one.
Well, sure, but you were. I considered you my my co-host for the hour, and I appreciate you being there.
Honored to be considered that. I was so compelled by David.
Yes.
That I felt like I was just listening. And to hear someone take a subject that is so toxic, and it is. African Americans in pro wrestling is a very checkered subject.
What you mean because of how they've been treated in terms of
not on the part of African Americans at all, but on the part of promoters and the way they've been shown and the way they were treated. Like it was the 80s by the time we had our first true African American world champion, and that was done because WCW was over a barrel. They really, not to criticize Ron Simmons, but we talked about this a little on the show. They really had no choice. They had belt off Vader.
And that was actually, I think that was 90 or 91. It was after. Yeah.
That, there were guys out there like someone that I speak very highly of, Ernie Ladd, Junkyard Dog, which Junkyard Dog, to be fair, did some things, made some choices outside of the ring that hurt him.
Okay.
Drugs, alcohol, a lot of bad decisions he made. But Ernie Ladd, Soul Man, Rocky Johnson, Dwayne Johnson's father, the Samoans were all booked as savages. Abdullah, as much as I think he is a horrible human being in the times I've encountered him, I am not a fan of Abdullah. Maybe he's changed, but from what I hear from the producers of Dark Side of the Ring, not really. Probably subject of this week's episode.
Yep.
Regardless, David taking such a checkered story and making it so positive. We need more of that in the world today.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely. And the book is great. It's called Pro Wrestling's Black World Champions, the 3rd edition. So I would just direct people, if you go to the Matt Connerton Unleashed podcast feed on your podcast platform of choice, or you can go to mattconnerton.com/archive. You can find, I did post a standalone. You can find the whole show, or you can just check out the segment with David. And I did kind of clean it up a little bit too. There were just a couple of points where the audio wasn't perfect because both you and David were joining us via Microsoft Teams. So there was a couple of times where it just was hard to hear. So I cleaned it up. But I would direct people to check that out because I think it was a great conversation. I really enjoyed it. Say that again.
David,
what?
I would love to just sit with in my home and watch a premium live event with.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that you could watch pro wrestling with and really get an idea of his opinions, and you may disagree with him, but you're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so we really enjoyed having him on. We'll have to get him on here, definitely. So, yeah, check that out. That was this past Saturday. You know, the show that someone says I don't have anymore. This past Saturday on Matt Connerton Unleashed. Yeah.
Boozled, Matt. You told me I was on a show yesterday.
I know, right? Ha ha.
Hill?
What? Say that again?
You take advantage of me while I was on pain pills?
That's right. Yes, it was all a ruse. Well,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
a bunch of news for the undercard. We didn't mention, by the way, what the main event is this week, which is Grifters in professional wrestling. That'll be a fun subject. But we do have some things for the undercard. Should we start with the Hardys?
Oh, God.
Because I think you and I are going to disagree on this. So the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy, by the way, 51 years old. Jeff is not far behind him. And these guys are on the run of their lives. They're now the NXT and TNA tag team champions. Jenny and I, over the weekend, we were a little bit behind on our wrestling, but we watched both where they won the NXT titles. And then, of course, the big match, right? In TNA at, what was the name of the event? Oh, Bound for Glory, where they faced the Dudley Boys, or Team 3D, technically, as they're known in TNA. Oh, there's Rocky. For those of you watching the video feed, Rocky, Eric's adorable dog, has entered the picture. Very nice. Very nice. What? Say that again?
I was telling him to move.
So Jenny and I enjoyed both matches, but you, based on from what I could tell in our off-air conversation, you did not enjoy Team 3D versus the Hardys.
Thought it was bad. Look, there's a time where that match could have been a serviceable match, where I might have thought it was a good match. It probably would have been 5 years ago when all were capable of having that match. I just think it was a bad spot to put Bully Ray and Devon in.
Yeah.
Because they haven't partnered at all.
Right. They haven't been active in a long time.
Right. So there's timing, and there's repetition, and there's all this other stuff that goes into this, into tag team, that with your partner. And you could definitely tell they were off.
Oh, sure.
And that really hurt what was supposed to be a legacy match.
So
sorry. To me, it hurts the legacy of their rivalry. That's the last go round. Like, I'll use a MMA analogy. Everyone in MMA remembers Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell 1. They really remember Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell 2. Yeah. No one remembers Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell 3.
So I just I would say this. So Jenny and I enjoyed the match. My expectations were low in terms of again, given the age and the injury histories of these guys, I wasn't expecting a lot. I just was expected what I thought it turned out to be. This is just kind of a fun sort of nostalgia match, and it's kind of fun. And that's it. I didn't expect a lot. And I'm curious what you thought about the ending, because Jenny didn't like the ending, or at least at first. And I told her I actually did like the ending. It kind of reminded me of Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, where Flair knows he's beaten, and Shawn, says, "I'm sorry," and puts him out of his misery. And that's the end of the match. They kind of did something like that here, where, Matt and Jeff, they're holding the chairs, and they're about to wallop Bully Ray, but they decide not to, or Bubba Ray, or whatever. I don't know what to call anybody anymore with this, but they decide not to, and they just finish him off with that last spot, put him through the table, and that's it. They had mercy on him because they knew they had him beat anyway. I liked that. I liked the drama of that. I thought that was a cool way to end it. And when I told Jenny what I liked about it, she seemed to kind of agree with me, even though she didn't like it initially. But I think she saw it the way that I saw it when I told her what it was that I liked about it. I'm curious, what did you think about the ending?
I think that spot is so overdone now. since Shawn and Ric Flair did it.
Really?
It's like one goes to that well if they want to have that lasting memory.
Mm.
And it worked in this match, I think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, them hugging after the match and everything like that, it destroyed that moment. They could have had that moment backstage, and TNA could have done something with it.
Oh,
later.
I liked all that. You didn't like that?
Yeah, the whole thing let the Hardys be in the ring. The is over.
Yeah, but eventually the Dudleys did leave, and the Hardys stayed in the ring for a couple minutes.
Take your old decrepit asses, go to the back, have your moment back there. TNA throws it on YouTube, gets thousands of hits. La-di-da.
Wow, you really are a heel this week.
Well, I am saying, like, it's over. What the hell is that moment? Why? We the world of rainbows and unicorns and sunshine dancing cartoon characters.
I thought it was nice, and I liked it.
Okay, your opinion. Look, I was just like, really? We do this every time now? They parade each other around the ring, their hands raised, like, oh.
I liked it.
Well,
I said
you probably like Disney films as well.
I do not, but I did say
Shocking.
to Jenny, I said, I think we're probably going to see, I hope to see this. I'm curious if you agree. I would like to see, and I think we're going to see it. I think it's inevitable, one last main roster WWE run for the Hardys. What do you think?
Who do you have up against? This is division of WWE. Are you going to put them on SmackDown Friday nights up against college football for the next 40 months? Okay, that'll really bring the ratings up.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, really? Like, you're going to put them on Raw where there's a makeshift new tag team every week?
I don't know.
They would SmackDown. SmackDown's up against college football on Fox and the college football playoff until January. No, there's no place for it.
They can find a place. Okay. Well,
like that, you gotta build it up, and it has to do solid numbers.
Sure.
They wouldn't right now.
Okay.
You, a WWE fan, who are the two tag team champions?
Who are the tag team champions right now?
Yes, the tag champs for Raw and the tag champs for SmackDown. Who are they, Matt?
The Wyatt Six was one of them on SmackDown.
Okay.
And then on Raw.
I
can't remember. I'm drawing a blank.
My point exactly.
Yeah, so let them let them go to Raw, and they can be the champions for a month or two, and then
let's just give them the belts and further diminish our tag division that no one gives a shit about.
I don't think it would diminish it. I think it would be fun. Let him have like a little mini John Cena retirement tour. I think it'd be great.
Never mind. Nope. I'm not going to be mean.
Why not? You can be mean.
No, I'm not going to be mean. I don't like cracking. I don't like saying insensitive things about what I was going to make a sobriety joke about Jeff Hardy.
Oh.
I was going to say if Jeff can stay sober,
Do you think maybe that's why we haven't seen that yet? A main roster run for them?
I guess it's very high probability.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. There might be some hesitation there.
I mean, you can't. I mean, how many times has WWE been burnt by this guy?
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't considered that.
I'm a firm believer in some of the hardest truths come from a fragment of a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
it's a good point.
How can they trust him? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're going to put a program against the New Day and then have him.
Fun, though.
You're going to have him go off the rails?
I know.
Like, you're going to do a Saturday night's main event and Jeff's missing?
Yeah. If he could stay on the straight and narrow, though, the Hardys versus the New Day would be fun.
He's proven he can't.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do it because no. And I hope he's cured. I hope he's. I don't, as a recovering addict myself, I don't wish addiction upon anyone.
No, of course
I don't for him to fall off the wagon. Right. But as a multi-billion-dollar company right now, struggling in the ratings, that's something you have to be mindful of.
True.
You have to think about that. Can we rely on him in this big spot? Yeah, we can rely on him with TNA, him doing one shot a week. Yeah. But we need him to go do Raw. We need him to do publicity. He's going to have to be in a city maybe for 2-3 days.
Right.
What if we want this to be in WrestleMania? Jeff Hardy in Vegas for a week?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. All right. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe for one night, one event, New Day versus Hardys, one time only.
Royal Rumble. If you do it at the Royal Rumble. Build it up through NXT.
Yep.
So isn't on the road.
Right.
That I'll give you that. That could work.
Yeah.
Do it at Royal Rumble, but you cannot put Jeff Hardy in Vegas for 1 week.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. All right. Shall we move on to now? Because this is really two subjects in one. Andrade and this debacle with him going to AEW, making one surprise appearance, and then we don't see him again. But apparently this is now related to not only so maybe you have a better handle on this because I think he thought, or his representatives thought, or whomever, that he didn't have a 90-day no compete because he was fired, not quote unquote released, and there is a difference. But now, now he's got this 1 year thing, which according to Brian Alvarez is now a standard thing in all their contracts. It's not a 90-day no compete anymore. It's now a 1 year no compete, which is insane.
Okay, my understanding, and again, this is Eric's understanding. This isn't Eric saying this is de facto truth, is that it's 90-day no compete. If you are let go for disciplinary reasons or not outright released. Okay. Andrade not outright released. He was released for disciplinary.
Yeah.
That 90 days becomes a 1 year if you violate it.
Okay.
Is my understanding of it. Andrade violated it.
When he appeared on AEW television.
Absolutely. So, sorry for my hair there. It's a mess today. Yeah, this is a messy situation.
Yeah.
one, if WWE didn't want to deal with Andrade anymore, at this point, why not let him go? But then conversely, as we've talked about many times on this show, what the fuck is AEW doing? How do you not have a copy of his TKO contract here?
Mm-hmm.
How do you not have a copy of his release notice?
Right.
How do you not have a legal team analyzing this?
Right.
Why are you going to his representation? This is why AEW gets lapped by WWE consistently. Stupid crap like this. Just mishandling situations. CM Punk, when he was fired, he didn't compete.
Right.
Your top talent, you at the very least got to give them 60 days where your ass is sitting on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I fire you. You're not going to get fired and then appear on WWF within a week. Are you kidding me?
Right.
This makes Vince McMahon's handshake agreement with Lex Luger look just like Oopsie Daisy, look like a kid who spilled milk on the counter.
Yeah. Now, Brian Alvarez was claiming that this is, that this is standard. It's actually the 1 year non-compete. This was his argument for it. He was saying that you don't want to be, if you're, he was actually defending it, and there's everyone else is kind of condemning it except for him. Alvarez was saying the reason they have this in place now is because they don't want someone to be in a situation where they're looking at AEW, they think the grass is greener, so they intentionally get themselves fired, thinking that, okay, I'll get myself fired by TKO, and then I'll be free and clear to go to, even if there's a 90-day non-compete, at least after 90 days, I'll be free and clear to go to AEW. And Alvarez is claiming that this 1 year is now in place and has become the new standard, actually replacing the 90-day non-compete so that somebody can't do that, which I think is strange. I think his argument is strange.
No, my stomach's curdling at the words I'm about to say.
Okay.
Oh, God help me. I agree with Brian Alvarez.
Do you?
Yeah, look, this is a cutthroat business.
Yeah.
Like, again, I can't sit here as someone who really, we all have been unintentionally hypocritical.
Sure, of course.
A hypocrite and say, AEW, how did you not know about this? You're so stupid. Why aren't you signing your talent to non-compete clauses in their contracts and then say, TKO's evil for doing it?
Right.
It makes perfect sense. Which now I circle back to my original point. Why are you not researching this?
Right.
If I'm frauding, I'm going to a lawyer. I'm filing a lawsuit that AEW told me I was good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you're paying me. Because right now, this guy's career is on the shelf for a year.
Right. With no pay.
I mean, you hope Tony Khan is doing the right thing here. If the story is accurate and AEW's legal told him, you're good.
Right.
But yeah, this is a messy situation.
But the thing about the 1 year non-compete is, so I have two problems with it. One is, I don't think as soon as this is challenged in court, I don't think it'll hold up. I think in court it would be like, okay, so here you are, you've got these people working for you who you insist are not employees, they're independent contractors, and you're trying to enforce a clause that says that after you fire them, they can't work anywhere else in the same industry for a full year and not be paid. I don't think it's going to hold up in court, number one. Number two, if you're TKO and you have talent working for you that would actually intentionally get themselves fired just so they can go to AEW, that's not somebody you want on your roster anyway, if that's the kind of people you have there. So hell with them. Let them go. Who cares? Get rid of them.
Non-compete are common in American business.
I know.
They have been argued against in court, and they're pretty ironclad if they're written appropriately.
Yeah, there's always been this lingering question, though, about where professional wrestlers are independent contractors and not employees, though. Are those non-competes even enforceable to begin with? And I don't think it's ever been tested with a 90-day, but it might get tested with a 1-year non-compete.
Problem is, you're not fighting family-owned WWE anymore.
True.
Fighting TKO Endeavor now.
That's
and
true.
A team. You're not fighting Vince's steroid lawyer.
True.
Jerry McDivitt. You're not fighting Jerry McDivitt here. You're fighting 5 to 7 Jerry McDivitts now.
Yeah.
They're gonna have everything documented. I'm sure they can say that. I'm sure they'll make the argument that Andrade knowingly attempted to breach the contract by misbehaving.
Right.
They're going to make arguments that he breached the contract by failing wellness tests. They can make very compelling arguments here.
Mm-hmm.
And look, there's a line from the show Boston Legal by Denny Crane.
Love Boston Legal.
Lawsuit never come down to the law. You know what they come down to? Money. Who has more of it?
Mm-hmm. Denny Crane.
There you go. TKO Endeavor in this. Andrade, you're an idiot. Should have known your contract. Tony Khan, you're a bigger idiot. And I hope WWE in TKO goes after AEW.
Yeah.
I hope they go after them for tampering. I hope they go after them for breach of contract. I hope they go after them for everything they can go after them for. If for nothing else, to make Tony Khan smarten up and realize, listen here, Lucky Sperm Award winner, you're running a business. This isn't fantasy wrestling booking.
Right.
You're running a multi-million-dollar company here.
Right.
You get treated as such. If this isn't the warning, then I don't know what will be.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you on that.
You've pissed into the wind. Now you've tugged on Superman's cape.
Yeah. But he hasn't messed around with Jim.
Come again?
Never mind. So, all right. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk? This might give me a chance to be a little bit of a heel. Wrestling themes. I like Def Rebel. I think they do a good job. What say you?
I think given the right wrestler, they do a good job. I do not think they are anywhere near the Jim Johnston level.
Yeah.
I think wrestlers should be able to, if they want, contact a band.
Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah.
I do not think one person should be forced on these performers to create a theme.
Yeah. The wrestlers, they should have all the input they want on that. I absolutely agree with.
problem is that Def Rebel was given carte blanche by management, and it creates this pushback from the talent because they're like, I'm the one who has to play this character.
Right.
When I come out, that music has to hit me.
Right.
Has to get ready to go.
Yeah.
And if Def Rebel doesn't do that for them, then they should be able to get Motionless in White, Living Color, whoever they want. That is to paint the picture for their character. I think all these problems the talent has with Def Rebel is because Def Rebel was forced onto the talent.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I do think some of the criticism I see from the IWC of Def Rebel online, I think, is a little over the top.
I think their themes are all the same. I don't.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. I don't agree with that. I just don't hear it that way.
I think it's like listening to a Guns N' Roses album. You've listened to one of them, you've listened to all of them. They all sound the same.
I don't agree with that either, but what?
I think AC/DC is the most overrated band ever.
Well, they do have a formula. I love AC/DC, but they do have a formula they stick with. Yeah.
And same with Def Rebel.
Now I have to cough. I think some of the criticism is unfair. I will tell you though, there is one wrestler's theme that I absolutely despise, and it makes my skin crawl every time I hear it. And apparently she doesn't like it either, because she hinted at it in an interview that she doesn't like her theme either. Bayley. Every time I hear Bayley's theme, I'm like, oh, it bothers me. Like it's not just that I don't like it, like something about it, almost metaphysically, it bothers me.
You know whose theme bothered me for the longest time?
Who's?
Bayley. All of her themes have been bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch's.
Really?
And Becky Lynch's.
What about her new theme though? Her current one?
Don't like it.
Oh, I like her new one. You don't like her new theme either?
My favorite theme right now is Swerve Strickland's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that too. What the hell's it? Oh, big
pressure.
Big pressure. Thank you. I knew it was big something. Yeah. Well, I just like the dance little Nana does to it too. Not little Nana, Prince Nana.
Prince Nana sells that.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah. And Swerve is amazing. But yeah, I guess because I know that I did notice the Street Profits are back to their original theme. Which is cool, because I guess part of why this is in the news, in the wrestling news, is because I guess a decision was made recently to if some talent want to go back to an earlier theme, they're letting them do it. They're letting them have more say in that, which is good, which is positive.
Yeah, it's a switch in the right direction. I mean, way I understand it from Jim Johnson, when he was there, the wrestlers would sit in the studio with him,
right?
And like, what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. And it should still be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Should we talk about Seth Rollins?
Karma.
What? What'd you say?
Karma.
Your mic cut out both times you said that.
Karma.
Comba? Something about Karma. Okay. For some reason, something about the tone you were saying it with was causing your mic to drop. Karma. Why do you say that?
Fake an injury.
Oh, you mean from a storyline perspective or what?
Look, as some never sat right with me about that Seth storyline. I get why they do it, but if you're to fake an injury for storyline's sake,
Yeah.
To me, you're kind of barking up that karmic retribution tree.
Oh.
You're gonna have one, and
Well, he was going to have one anyway with that move, that coast to coast diving headbutt.
I saw it, and I saw his shoulder,
Yeah.
and I knew immediate.
Did you?
I knew. I'm like, well, Seth, you're gonna match me.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Yeah, I saw Stevie Richards break that down, and yeah, I mean there was no way he was gonna walk away from that move without something bad.
One, I don't know who the agent was for that match, but that would never have been approved.
Well, Seth is a big enough star, though, it probably doesn't matter. I mean, you know, an agent might tell him, no, I think that's too dangerous, and he's going to go out there and do it anyway because he is Seth Rollins. I mean, you know, Seth freaking Rollins. You know, if he feels confident in the moment, oh, no, I can do it. And then, because it looked great. I mean, it looked spectacular, but oh my God, the poor guy. That's got to be very painful, too. Like landing on his shoulder like that, that's got to really, really hurt. And then he finished the match, to his credit.
There's no other way to take that move.
I know, yeah. That's what Stevie Richards said, too. Yeah, there's no other way to do it.
There isn't. Like, you know, when you do the coast-to-coast Fan Terminator, or Shane McMahon bastardized it, you take it, it's a brutal landing, but you flat back it.
Yeah.
You right after you nail the kick, you tuck your arms and your back hits. You tuck everything.
Yeah.
And that's how Van Dam broke his ankle in ECW.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
And there are still obviously dangers of doing it.
Yeah.
Because Van fractured his ankle, and that was the injury that put ECW out of business.
Yeah. Wow.
They were building to Rob Van Dam in his historic TV title run versus the unstoppable ECW World Champion Rhino. They were building to it, and that would have generated 5 million pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam breaks his ankle, out for 8 months. Done.
Yeah.
It killed him.
What did you think of the angle? Because that was a shock. Nobody saw it coming. That angle they did where Braun turns on Seth, and then I liked it
because of being worked.
Yeah.
I didn't buy that he'd really injured his shoulder.
Yeah.
Austin messaged me on Facebook Messenger, and he goes, Seth just did coast to coast diving headbutt. And my first thought was the diving headbutt's been banned.
Yeah.
And then I saw it, and I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, they're gonna have to do something. If they do something to get him off TV on Raw, it's legit. Even when I read a report that he was seen around Australia wearing an arm sling like mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, not getting me again.
Really? Yeah.
They did the angle they did, and I get it. I like how they did it.
Me too.
It's going to end up hurting Braun Breaker.
You think so? Why?
Run. Because he's not ready for this spot.
I think he is. I disagree. I think he's ready.
I do not. You need to season him in a little bit before you put him into this spot. Because now you've put him in a spot where he where he is more than likely going to go up against CM Punk for the vacated title at Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only so many times WWE can go to that well.
Mm-hmm.
Will CM Punk finally win?
Yeah.
So, and you can't give it to Braun.
No.
Because if Braun isn't ready and you strap him and you find out then he ain't. Holy shit.
Fine. But that's fine. I think they should put it on Punk.
This kid's career.
I think
better go back to NXT for a year.
Oh,
if you
see, I think because he's so young, even if they screw this up somehow, there's time to repair the damage and get him back on track. He's only, what is he, like 27? I mean, he's a young guy.
It's perception.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. I believe in him so strongly that I don't think like they would have to actively try to sabotage his push to screw this up, like or to screw it up long term, even if they make some missteps short term. I think Braun Breaker is going to be just fine no matter what. I really do. That's my opinion. I hope I'm right for his sake. Should we talk about Jacob Fatu? Speaking of injuries.
Hey, yeah, this is a new one for me.
Yeah, dental work.
Yeah, apparently.
So that's all I know. Like, do you know any more about like what kind of dental work that's gonna have him out for an extended period of time? I don't understand what's going on here. Do you?
I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Small work. Maybe broke a jaw.
Oh.
Maybe fracture.
I'm skeptical though. If it were his jaw though, wouldn't he have difficulty speaking? Like he was speaking perfectly normal on Friday night.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Maybe his grills got infected. I mean, I have heard of that happening. The guy I know that happened to, it happened back in 2001.
Oh,
I would think grills in would be more refined now.
You would expect advances in grill technology, yes.
Yeah, dentistry. This a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, guys missing shots for gonorrhea. This a new one.
Yeah, they wrote him off TV. I'd have thought about that. You won't agree with this because I know how you feel about Cody. What if the long game is it turns out it was Cody who attacked him backstage because he felt threatened, and that's Cody's heel turn? What? You'd be cool with that?
I'd be cool with that. I think that's the way you do it.
I thought you objected to a Cody heel turn no matter what.
I said it would have to be bulletproof.
Okay.
It would have to be done in a way that made perfect sense.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Cody.
You don't think it's No, I don't either, but it crossed my mind though. What's that?
I think it's Randy Orton. I think they're building toward Randy feud.
Okay. So you think Randy took out Fatu to keep him out of the way so he can get to Cody?
I think they're building to this.
Yeah.
Would be absolutely brilliant storytelling.
True.
Given the long history those two have.
That's true. Do you think the only thing that bothers me is, do you think a Randy, I know they've been hinting at it for months and months and months. Do you think a Randy Orton heel turn makes sense? I feel like as a babyface, he's never been more over than he is right now. They're singing his song. They love Randy Orton right now. Like we've never seen before. What?
But they're going to love him no matter what. heel Randy Orton allows Randy to really unleash creatively.
Sure, true.
He is at his best when he's a heel.
Yeah.
And you give him a story that he can really sink his teeth into.
Mm-hmm.
Cody. Oh, we're going to get some of the best Randy Orton we've seen.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think you've convinced me. I was skeptical, but I think you've convinced me.
People are going to sing voices and cheer him no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
But, heel Randy Orton, there's nothing better. Nothing better.
All right, you talked me into it. Yeah. Okay. Well, should we get to the main event?
Yeah.
Grifters, of which there are many in professional wrestling.
I know of one in particular.
Who would that be?
It's not who you think. It's not the subject that led to this.
Oh, okay. Who is it?
Ian Rotten.
Oh, is he the one you had the problem with?
I have many problems with Ian. I could tell many Ian Rotten stories.
Okay.
And Ian is, for those of you that don't know, Ian Rotten is a part of one of the more notorious ECW matches, the Taipei Death Match, where each combatant tapes their wrists, tapes their hands and their wrists, dips them in super glue, and then rolls them in shards of glass.
Oh, exactly the type of match I'm never going to watch in my life. Yes.
He had that match with his former tag team partner. There he is, Mr. Hep C himself.
He looks like someone who would have Hep C.
What?
He looks like someone who would have Hep C.
Ian is the if you looked up pro wrestling grifter in the dictionary, that's the picture you would see.
Yeah.
Ian Rotten. Let's talk about some of the things he did. He hosted a charity show for a fan's daughter that had cancer, fan's kid that had cancer.
Okay.
Boys worked for free. House was full. Ian told the boys, allegedly, all of this is alleged, but I've heard it from reputable sources.
Yeah.
That I'm going to believe it. That I will tell you my own experience with Ian.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear about that again. Yeah.
Ian told the boys that when he was taking the envelope out, he was robbed.
Yeah.
But a week later, Ian had a new big screen high definition TV.
Yeah.
There are other instances. Ian, if you want to know a lot about Ian Rotten, I want to get this right because Ian buries himself. Ian gave an addicted worker, J.C. Bailey, paid him in prescription pain pills.
Jeez.
It gets worse, Matt. I need you to be prepared for what you're about to hear.
Okay.
J.C. Bailey died of a drug overdose. Ian went to the funeral and allegedly was told to leave and asked JC's aunt for gas money.
Wow.
There is a podcast he was a part of called As the Bell Rings with Jerry Wiseman. he did a 2.5-hour interview with Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a situation of a man hang himself more than Ian Rotten did in this interview.
Really?
He admits to giving J.C. Bailey pain pills. He admits to shortchanging boys.
Wow.
He owes AJ Styles over $5,000.
Wow.
Now I will go into more Ian Rotten horror stories. Ian would get concession food for his wrestling shows.
Mm-hmm.
With his food stamps card.
Yeah.
He would book buildings and tell the building owners he had event insurance. And then the day of the show, or the day of the show after they got the building, he would call and cancel the insurance.
Oh,
because the building has already called and asked,
do you
insurance?
Wow. Well, that's fraud.
Imagine if someone gets injured on that show,
Mm-hmm.
or a fan gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They're up shit. They don't get nothing.
Yep.
He beat up somebody at one of his shows with weapons, barbed wire ball bats, and steel chairs. Mike Levy. Look up Ian Rotten Mike Levy incident.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Wow. Him and his deathmatch fucktards beat the hell out of this guy who doesn't even know how to work.
Wow. And he admits to all of this in that interview you were talking about?
He admits to some of it. Now, there's also an allegation of him bashing a PlayStation 2 controller over his kid's head.
Oh, lovely.
Mickey Knuckles, a female wrestler. Mickey calls into the show to call him out for a bunch of stuff. Bull Payne, another proverbial piece of shit, but less of a piece of shit than Ian Rotten, calls him a Hep C infected person. And Ian says, if I have Hep C, then Mickey has Hep C because she swallowed 1 million of my loads.
Charming.
Now, my personal experience with Ian.
Yeah, you had told this story before, but it's worth repeating. I do want to hear this again. Yeah.
A wrestling promotion called IWA Mid-South.
Mm-hmm. Jim
Cornette has major issues with Ian Rotten because Ian got him kicked out of armories in the Mid-South area.
Oh, really?
It hurt Jim Cornette. The Jim Cornette quote, Outlaw Mud Show.
Yeah.
He literally said it about Ian Rotten.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Ian would run these save the business sales for IWA Mid-South, where DVDs and VHSs, compilations, or shows would be discounted.
Okay.
I was an IWA Mid-South supporter. I loved IWA. Even though I had seen instances of Ian being a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of Ian's blade marks broke all over his merch table right in front of me.
That's right. I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Then he tried to charge me extra for the VHS because it had the blood of Ian Rotten on it.
That I can almost understand in a way, because you probably could have flipped that on eBay with Ian's actual blood on it.
Bring that.
with his actual blood? I don't know.
Ian Rotten's blood.
Well, it does FFC, so
Allegedly. That's
allegedly, yeah.
Alleged. So I spent over $150 on this sale. I sent a PayPal payment to rottenwife at yahoo.com.
Okay.
I never got my DVDs.
Yeah.
I never got my $150 back.
Did you file a claim with PayPal? Because PayPal doesn't screw around when it comes to fraud.
I sent it friends and family.
Oh, that's right.
Because Ian.
Yeah.
I saw Ian at a Ring of Honor show 3 months later.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk's farewell show.
Yeah.
In Chicago Ridge, Illinois. Yeah. And those of you that fact check me, go ahead, look it up. CM Punk's last Ring of Honor show, Punk final chapter was at the I forget what the venue is called, but it's in Chicago Ridge, Frontier Park Fieldhouse.
Okay.
Chicago Ridge, Illinois. Fact check me all you want. Ian was there wearing a brand new Dallas Cowboys Drew Bledsoe jersey that he was bragging about to people he got at the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio.
It's expensive, probably.
Very. Mm-hmm. They were $55 jerseys at Foot Locker, like this Patriots jersey. Same brand, style.
Yeah.
I went up. I go, Ian, how you doing? And he gave me a look, and I'm like, Ian, where's my DVDs?
What'd he say?
He goes, oh, you ordered? I'm like, Ian, I've been to like 20 of your shows. You've had like 20 to 30-minute conversations with me. I sent it via PayPal to your wife. Oh, well, there was an issue with our PayPal. We had some, and I'm like, Ian, want my DVDs? Like, I gave you $150 of my money. Oh, well, we had some identity theft, and Ian, theft doesn't affect PayPal.
Right.
Well, give me your number. I'll call you and get back to you. I'm here for Punk. And I'm like, if you're here for Punk, why aren't you backstage with Punk? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, he's with his family right now. No, you owed Punk over 10 grand.
Really? Wow. For what?
Past appearances that he didn't pay for.
Yeah.
Oh, the house is light. Oh, I'll get you next show. Oh, what?
Wow.
Allegedly. I need to, allegedly 10 grand to CM Punk.
Jeez. Wow.
I don't think it's that high. I'm going to say it's probably more in the AJ Styles number of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know the AJ Styles number is correct.
Okay.
He owed 5 grand for past appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Ian Rotten is the biggest grifting piece of garbage in professional wrestling.
Wow. All right.
And everyone, I cannot tell you enough. When the Bell Rings with Jerry Weissman. Listen to it. Mike Levy incident. IWA Mid-South. Look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. If any of you want to ask me questions about Ian, message me, DM me. I'll tell you. Like, when we talk about the main subject of grifting, it fails in comparison to the Ian Rotten stories I have.
Wow. I am going to look up that interview. I'm curious to hear it.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You really, if you listen to it, you will lose hope in the pro wrestling business.
Where is he now, by the way, Ian Rotten? Because I would imagine he's burned enough bridges. He's probably not in the business at all anymore, right?
He actually was working a shoot job at Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
To try to pay back the boys. That's a part of the interview with Jerry Weissman.
No kidding. Taco Bell.
He claims he made CM Punk, Colt Cabana, Ace Steel. No, you didn't.
Right. Wow. All right. Anything else on Ian Rotten, or should we move on to another grifter?
I challenge anyone. Ian, you certified piece of dog shit. If you are listening to this show and you have the balls to call me out, I invite you as one of the executive producers of this show. I will make time for you to come on this show and we can debate. We can this out. You herpy on the professional wrestling business. You scumbag. You cunt. We can have it out. I know, Ian, you still look up Google for Ian Rotten. I challenge you. You degenerate, bleeding fuck. Try me.
I know someone who likes to use the insult amphibian dog shit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Maybe we can have both of them on the show at the same time.
That'd be something. All right. Well, we'll get him off the screen there. Yikes. All right. Ian Rotten. I am going to look up that interview. I'm very curious. Well, who should we, oh, I'm sorry. What?
After you listen to it.
Yeah.
And I want to hear Jenny's thoughts too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll let you know after. We'll check it out.
It is very damning on him. AWA as a promotion did a lot of good things.
Sure.
You know, they had the Ted Petty Invitational, a 2-day wrestling tournament that was about technical wrestling. Yeah. CM Punk was in it, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Mike Quackenbush, Chris Hero, Colt Cabana, Michael Shane. Like, who's who of indie wrestling? It was one of the top indie wrestling tournaments. It was up there with the ECWA Super 8 tournament.
Okay.
For those that don't know indie wrestling, for the longest time, the ECWA Super 8 was the pre-intimate tournament. Now it's the Battle for Bola, Pro Wrestling Guerrillas Bola, Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was the ECWA Super 8.
Okay. Interesting.
And West, it was the TPI. No show would book on TPI weekend in the Midwest because couldn't get one.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Couldn't get any big name guys.
Yeah.
They were all on TPI.
Oh, wow. Huh. All right.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know who Ted Petty is, Rocco Rock from Public Enemy.
All right. Well, should we move on to what should we do next? Should we do some JC? Should he be the next one?
The main and look, that's why I really got heated over Ian because it's just incredible stuff brought up a lot of bad feelings in me.
So for people who don't know, the part of the reason why that's coming up is because Just Incredible, his grift is probably the freshest in terms of he's been in the wrestling news very recently with his latest grift.
This is bad. I'll let you tell it, Matt, because
so he tried to he was claiming to have been in the hospital. I'm not sure I have this whole story. I'm actually getting a picture too. I was looking for a picture that relates specifically to this this story, and I found one. So for our video watchers, I will get this on the screen real quick here because this is kind of where this this starts. There he is. He was claiming that
photo. That's the second photo.
That's the second photo. There's also a photo of him on a bed, right? Where he's got the stuff all on him. He's trying to look like he's in a hospital, like he's in the hospital with all the what do you call them? Nodes?
The readers. The same thing that's on us now.
Okay. And people noticed in the picture he was not actually in the hospital and that everything was in the wrong place, and he was clearly on a hotel bed, but he was claiming he needed help with medical bills or something, or he had to get his car.
He was in a car accident.
He was in a car accident.
Money to get home and pay tolls.
Oh,
but
yes.
It is he posted pictures of the car. And as much as I say I dislike his podcast, Stevie Richards did an amazing job of breaking all of this down.
Yes, he did.
Car is totaled.
Yeah.
There is no way this car is driving anywhere.
Right.
And one thing Stevie missed that a viewer on YouTube caught, there's snow in the background.
Oh. So the picture with the snow in the background obviously was taken at a different time of year.
Not the summer, not the, as it's called, Indian summer of mid-October.
Yeah. So he's not only a grifter, but he's not good at it.
Yeah, not at all.
But Just Incredible has a long history of being a grifter, right? I mean, he's this is not new to him. You would almost think he would be good at it by now. But
he has spurned promotions.
Yeah.
He has taken money and not shown up for appearances.
Mm-hmm.
He has done this before where he's like, I need help for X, Y, and Z. He has taken money. Maven on Maven's podcast confronted him about this. He has taken money from people for merchandise and never sent it out.
Yep.
Where is that from?
Yeah, that seems to be a trend with a lot of these grifters. You order stuff from them and they never send them. Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Just Incredible, this goes back like what, 20 years? All that he's been doing this stuff, long time, right? Or at least 15 years.
Would say about 20 because keep in mind he's with WWE till about, I want to say 2003, 2004.
Was he that late?
Yeah.
Okay.
People for Velocity and Heat, and you needed dark match guys.
Yeah, that's true. And then, what do you think? I mean, he got into. I don't remember what his history with addiction is. Was it alcohol? Was it drugs? Was it both? Or And that's kind of what set him on this path, right? It would seem. This path that he's never gotten off of. And, Stevie Richards said something interesting too. Justin Credible has, if he wanted to, this is how Stevie Richards feels about it. And he makes an interesting point. If he wanted to get serious about getting clean and fixing his life, he could monetize that. He could do both at the same time. He could make a living, and he could bring people along in a way through, like a documentary YouTube series or something as he's trying to fix his life. But he won't do it. And it doesn't look like he's ever going to do it.
Right. And another thing they pointed out in this, and look, there are guys that have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Snake,
mm-hmm.
Scott Hall, Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, he should reach out to DDP.
I don't want to speak for DDP.
No.
DDP would do anything with him.
You don't think so? How come?
I think you have to be sincere in your willingness to change.
Yeah.
Or there has to be like last chance ranch type deal, like with Scotty Riggs.
Mm-hmm.
Justin isn't there yet. And Stevie said this. Justin hasn't hit rock bottom.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any further. Also, Justin Credible has a terrible problem with one of his legs, right?
I haven't heard that. I know he did a match in Memphis that Stevie Richards alluded to, and it was really bad.
Yeah. Because I know when Maven sat down with him too, they showed Justin Credible's leg. One of his legs is all swelled up or something. There's some kind of major issue there. I don't remember the details of it though. But yeah, so he's got a lot of problems. And there's probably not too many people in the business left who would do business with him, I would imagine.
Few and far between, at least from a major promotional standpoint, because he's taking down payments or full payments up front and no show.
Yep.
Like that kills a promotion.
Of course. Well, anything to add on Justin Credible, or should we move on to another grifter? There's so many.
The last thing is, dude had mustard in his beard.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I need food and money for incidentals. You have fresh mustard in your beard.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was able to afford a hot dog, but needed a second hot dog. I don't know. Who else should we talk about? You know more about these grifters than I do. Who else should we?
Well, there are so many. There's Virgil,
Lonely Virgil. Should we talk about him?
Yeah, he would go to indie. He would go to random wrestling conventions and tell people he was set up at the convention. And the convention's like, no, we don't have Virgil.
Right.
Virgil was set up in the hallway of the convention.
Do you consider that a grift though, or is that just some good old American ingenuity?
It's a tough one.
Because there's a part of me that kind of respects that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, Matt.
I mean, there's a part of me that's like, hey, he wanted to be there. They told him he wasn't there. He couldn't be there. So he said, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up out in the hallway.
I mean, he would, all of his photos, there's not a single photo of him by himself.
Right.
He's with other wrestlers, like his glossies. He's with Andre the Giant or Ted DiBiase, or he's getting body slammed by Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what are you doing?
But then it became a meme online, Lonely Virgil, because he would never have anyone in line at his table.
No, he wasn't.
No.
How do you came up with this social media persona?
Do you remember his thing too? He started talking about fuck money, and that became like a tagline.
Yeah.
Say that again. Your mic cut out a little bit.
That was a part of his social media persona.
Yeah, yeah. I need some of that fuck money. I gotta go to Olive Garden. I need some fuck money.
Meat sauce.
Oh yes, the meat sauce. Yeah. So I mean, at least he was funny about it, and he tried to. He may have been ahead of his time in a way, because I think some of that, if he had done that today, might have gone more viral just because of what people will embrace and latch onto today that maybe they wouldn't 10 years ago. I don't know. May have been ahead of his time.
It's tough, Matt.
And the poor guy, he had a terrible end too. He had multiple medical things go wrong all at once, and it's terrible what happened to him.
Yeah, I mean, Ted DiBiase tried to help him so many times.
Yeah.
Ted,
he tried.
Ted, you can come at Ted, and you rightfully so, for whatever role he played in his son's welfare scandal.
Yeah.
But Ted really tried with Virgil.
Yeah. He did.
I think another one that tried, I think Buff tried, but
did he?
If you're dealing with issues and the guy you're trying to help is dealing with issues.
Yeah, that's rough.
Who's helping who?
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. All right. Who else we got?
Oh man, there's so many.
We'll just try to hit the biggest ones, because we don't want to go too long either. But obviously we had, Justin Credible and Ian Rotten. We had to do get those in, right? Are they the worst ones? Would you say the worst two of all of them?
Yeah. They're the worst ones. I think you could call Paul Heyman a grifter.
Interesting, but not surprising when you think about it. Now, okay. Now this is kind of a sacred cow, though, that some people might get mad at us about this because, so many people love Paul Heyman, including myself. I love Paul Heyman. I think he's an incredible television character, but
Yep. I love Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
I think he's the greatest wrestling mind of all time. I don't hold the stuff he did in ECW as awful. It's not Ian Rotten.
Right.
Paul did it out of necessity.
Yeah.
Now, where I have an issue with Paul is it did cause damage to some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tommy Dreamer. Rob Van Dam just stopped appearing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I was owed so much money, I was never going to get paid back.
Yeah. There are a lot of stories about ECW where and what Paul Heyman would do where one story I've heard quite a bit on various podcasts over the years is somebody's waiting for their check and supposedly it's coming by FedEx and Paul's giving them, they're on the phone with Paul and Paul is giving them a fake FedEx tracking number. And this is, of course, somewhat pre-internet and everything. So now, obviously, all the shit that Paul Heyman did, he would not get away with today, but he was able to get away with it then.
There's one, it's on the bonus features of the Rise and Fall of ECW.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho a bereavement flight.
Oh, yes. I've heard that story. Yes. Because if it's bereavement, you get it cheaper, right?
Yeah. Booked him a bereavement flight. We're so sorry about your aunt, Mr. Irvine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that you wouldn't get away with today just because it's too easy to check things and verify things. But yeah.
Then there was his guys, rush into the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Another grifter from one of my favorite Dark Side of the Ring episodes of all time. It is probably my favorite episode, honestly. I'm trying to think what it was. Herb Abrams.
Okay.
He ran the UWF. Okay. And if you have an hour to kill and you have a clue, look up the Dark Side of the Ring episodes, Cocaine Cowboy Boots, the Herb Abrams story.
Yeah.
Herb just the fuck. What would you? One of the things he did is they're hosting a show. And they're like, we got to get paid. Or we're removing all of our equipment, the union guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to remove our equipment. He takes him into the office and he's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. He calls his bank and his bank confirms there's millions of dollars in the account.
Yeah.
Writes him a check. They take the check, they do the show. Herb wrote a check on a different account.
Okay.
The account he wrote the check on was closed.
Okay.
He wrote hookers bad checks.
Oh, wow.
He would just craziness. But here's where the grifting, it's so crazy. Everyone speaks so highly of him in the episode.
Really? Yeah. Why? Because he was charming, or what? Because
he was so fun and so
yeah.
He made himself a part of the show, Mr. Electric, Herb Abrams.
Yeah. Yeah, the lovable rogue, right? If people are having, that's the thing. If you're having fun and people around you are having fun, they'll forgive almost anything as long as they're having fun, right?
Mick Foley's on the show. He came up his merchandising. WWF had the ice cream bars. He did cookies. The Herbie cookies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Herbie cookie. He designed that belt, Matt.
Really? Yeah.
If you showed the belt just like that, it would say F on the left-hand side, U on the right.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Weird. That's crazy.
They did Vince McMahon because he went to Vince and is like, I could promote shows for you on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And Vince is like, why? I don't need you.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he's like, my goal is to put Vince out of business. He ran the lowest selling wrestling pay-per-view of all time.
Really?
Beach Blast. It drew a 0.10.
Okay. Yikes.
They had to kill the lighting in the building. Otherwise, you would have seen they only sold like 200 seats.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Arena.
Yeah.
And to this day, some people don't believe he's really dead.
No kidding. Wow. I got to learn more about this guy. I've heard of Herb Abrams. I knew nothing about him until you told us.
You know watch the episode Cocaine and Cowboy Boots, the Herb Abrams story. It is on Hulu and YouTube for free.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Jenny and I are going to watch that. I'm writing it down too, so I don't forget. All right.
I'm telling you, I remember watching old UWF programs on ESPN Classic late at night.
Yeah.
But I the backstory to like 15 years after watching them.
Yeah. Huh.
You're like, what the?
That's crazy. Okay. All right. Gonna have to check that one out.
How he generated his millions? He sold plus-sized women's clothing.
Okay.
Including lingerie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. God bless.
So Herb is, we could just end it on Herb.
Yeah.
Herb was he is the Jim Jones of professional wrestling without like sociopathic tendencies.
Okay. Okay.
But I liked how he built up to the most detestable and unlikable.
Yeah.
To most likable grifter.
Right. Right.
Herb is it. I mean, it's him and Paul Heyman. And I give the edge because everyone still speaks glowingly of him.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. All right. We're going to have to watch that episode then. I'm super curious now.
No one, and there are people who believe that he is still alive, as you will encounter in the episode.
Okay.
It would shock me if Herb Abrams was still alive.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, very good.
Story involving him being nude, covered in baby oil, covered in cocaine, high on cocaine, spazzing out on hookers.
Yeah.
Like,
he sounds like a party. Wow.
There are times I'm like, damn, did they find out about my college days? Holy shit.
Wow. All right. So you want to end it on that one, Herb Abrams?
End it on Herb. I mean, we could go on and on with this, but we got to end it on Herb. We got to end it on a positive note.
Okay.
I love it. And at the end of the day, he legitimately wanted to make an alternative to WWF.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Andre the Giant signed to a contract.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
it lasted
game, right?
For 5 days, I think.
Oh, really?
He had it.
Yeah. Oh,
he appeared on UWF Power Hour, which is that aired on ESPN.
Okay. Okay.
After ESPN kind of gave up on the AWA.
Yeah. Yeah. Herb Abrams. All right. He's the GOAT. Very good.
Greatest grifter, greatest pro wrestling grifter of all time. Because he never hurt anyone but Herb.
Yeah.
Screwed out of money, but the stories are worth more than the money.
Right. That's crazy. Wow.
You have homework this week, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. I like it. I like it. Well, should we talk about our plan for the main event next week?
Yeah. We're going to look at, given that we're ending the road of one of the most amazing pro wrestling careers, John Cena, and the knockdown, drag out, bloody arguments we have had about John Cena's notorious heel turn. We're going to talk about heels in professional wrestling. Why do you do a heel turn? Heel turns that work. Heel turns that miss the boat completely.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you do a heel turn? All of that. We're going to answer. We're going to unpack. We're going to try to give you an idea of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Internet.
What? Say that again?
Unless we get kicked off the internet.
Right. Right. Yes. No, somehow we managed to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, if there's someone out there complaining, please come forward, show yourself, speak to us. We may even bring you on the show and let you air your grievances.
That's right. That's right.
Come forth.
Yes.
Come forth with a way we can contact you so we can have you on the show.
Yes. Yes.
Add a face and a name. Don't just be an insignificant, nameless, faceless amoeba on the sewer of society.
Right. Well said. If you know, you know. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, I guess so. We'll put this one in the books, of course. Thank you to everyone who watched the show live. And of course, thank you to everyone else who gets it after the fact in the podcast stream, the podcast feed, I should say. Of course, you can find the show on the podcasting platform of your choice or go to mattconnerton.com. You can find it there. You can find it on the IPM Nation YouTube channel, etc. And Eric, where should people go to find you if they want to keep up with everything you're doing?
Burning up the TikTok, I think it's called.
Yes, something like that. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Oh yeah. E-Rich 319. You can find me on TikTok. Pilcher 617 on Twitter. Pilcher 319 on Instagram. Eric ERICH Pilcher on Facebook.
Very good. Very good.
Boy on YouTube.
Or what on YouTube?
Monkey Boy on YouTube.
Boy.
Something about a monkey boy.
Oh, right, right. I heard that recently. Yeah. Someone is very jealous, I think is what it is.
Yeah, apparently. Maybe I kind of do look like a ape with a facial hair. I need to trim it up.
That's what it is.
The Homer Simpson look here with the
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. All right, episode 19 in the books. We will end it there. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye-bye.
Tough Boss name.